Boss, I want to talk to you about Hotshot trucking business loans. And here are 10 lenders that quickly approve massive amounts with a little paperwork. Don't you go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation, I guarantee it.
One in a million, one in a million, one in a million. You know they're coming up to me, cause I'm just the kind of flower that's stinging in the beat, but the rhythm's getting higher. Go, 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 go. One in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million.
Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about Hotshot trucking business loans. So here are 10 lenders that quickly approve you. They give you massive amounts with little paperwork. Number 10 here, we have the Larson Group. Our score, 6.8 over 10. So when you think about the Larson Group, you want to think about a lender that can take care of you real quick, okay? You can actually submit an online financing application. You can give them a call also. But when you submit an online application, they want you to provide your employment history, your bank information, your credit references, and your business, and some kind of information about your business, okay? And what kind of hotshot trucking you want to finance. And what we love about the Larson Group is that they have complete flexibility. In other words, they can finance up to $1 million in loans, okay? But they want to make sure that they understand what kind of hotshot trucking business you run, how long you have been in business. You need to provide information about your EIN. Usually they ask for a 10 to 20% down payment, but there are cases where they will do the whole financing, not a problem. But the thing here you have to understand is that you need to demonstrate your ability to repay the loan. It's very important to demonstrate liquidity. But overall, here is a solid player, the Larson Group. Our score is 6.8 over 10. Number 9, we have National Funding. Our score is 7 over 10. So when you think about National Funding, they can finance your hotshot trucking business up to $150,000, okay? And they do a lot of stuff. They do equipment financing in general. So if you need some kind of equipment, but beside the hotshot, they'll take care of you. And what we love with the National Funding is that they actually can provide up to 100% of a business equipment cost, okay? There are no upfront costs or down payment required. And so you have the ability to use the Section 179 tax deduction. So what we love here is that with National Funding, they have a fast and easy application process. So no cost, no obligation application with funding in as few as 24 hours. You have a personalized experience, okay? And what we love is that National Funding has a team of funding specialists who care about your business. So they'll help you out. They'll walk you through the process. They'll help you choose the hotshot truck that you want to buy, okay, or the hotshot equipment you want to buy. And what we love here is that they have hassle-free payments. So they provide fixed terms and set up simple automatic payments for you to kind of help you out. Number 8 here we have Wells Fargo. Our score 7.2 over 10. So one thing we love about Wells Fargo is that you have multiple funding options with the bank. The only thing is you got to be a Wells Fargo customer, because for them it's really important to have banking relationship before they can finance your hotshot truck, okay? And one thing you need to understand is that Wells Fargo has a commercial vehicle program that offers multiple types of hotshot trucking financing, including term loans, equipment lines of credit, and standard and open-ended leases, allowing you to find the option that best fits your business's needs. Very important, okay? And Wells Fargo business loans are available for trucks, trailers, and specialty vehicles, in addition to hotshot trucks, okay? And they also have tow trucks or cranes, and repayment terms depend on the vehicle. And so, for example, hotshot truck loans can last from 12 to 84 months, while terms for a specialty vehicle can be 36 to 84 months. So with Wells Fargo, you not only have the flexibility of a large national bank, you have also the fact that they can finance up to $1 million. So here you have the generosity here in terms of business loans and the Hotshot trucking business loans. One thing I want to say is you need to have a relationship. Very important. You got to have the relationship. Number 7, we have First Capital Business Finance. Our score is 7.7 over 10. So First Capital Business Finance is great for hotshot truck startups or any kind of trucking business, any kind of, let's say, delivery business. And if you're trying to buy the equipment from them, if you are a startup, they will work with you. Definitely work with you. And what we love is that this lender does not place year or mileage restrictions on vehicle purchases, and you may qualify for financing with no money down. This is really good. Now, they want you to have a personal FICO score of a 620 minimum, okay? And so they can finance up to $100,000. There are cases where they will go above that amount, but there has to be some conditions though. So when you think about First Capital, I want you to think about a lender that offers multiple commercial and semi-truck, including hotshot truck financing and leasing programs, okay? And this is pretty cool. And they if your credit score is as low as 540, they will work with you. 540. This is really good. And but if you have 540, they do have more mileage and vehicle restrictions than if you had a higher FICO score. So here are the pros and cons. Pros: you may qualify with bad credit. Startups in business for less than 2 years may qualify for up to $49,000. No down payment options. Here are the cons: $100,000 maximum loan amount. The APR is not disclosed, and the repayment terms are not disclosed. Number 6, we have Bank of America. Our score 8 over 10. So when you think about Bank of America, here is another financial behemoth, another bank, another national bank. So you got to have the relationship to qualify for the lowest rates, okay? So Bank of America offers loans and leases for commercial equipment purchases starting at $25,000. So you may receive repayment terms of up to 5 years when you secure your loan with business assets, and fixed interest rates start at around 6% for well-qualified customers, and business borrowers may receive an extra discount 0.25% to 0.75% through the bank's preferred rewards program. Very important, okay? So here are the pros and cons. Pros: loan amounts start at $25,000. You do have competitive interest rates, and you have interest rate discount are available if you set up auto pay. So in other words, you are paying this loan from a Bank of America account. Here are the cons. Minimum of 2 years in business required, but this could be waived if you have the right relationship. At least $250,000 in annual revenue required. Again, this can be waived if you have the right relationship. And the average funding speed is 10 business days. This is where Bank of America needs to really improve their underwriting process, because the decisioning process is really long, too long in our view. Number 5, we have Truck Lenders USA. Our score 8.4 over 10. So Truck Lenders USA, actually they provide financing for almost any type of commercial equipment, okay? So as long as it has wheels, a valid title, and it's no more than 7 years old, they will take care of you. And with Truck Lenders, loans range from $15,000 to $250,000, okay? And the lender's jumbo leases are available for up to $1 million, okay? And repayment terms with Truck Lenders USA vary from 24 to 60 months for borrowers with credit scores of at least 675. Now remember that you may need to provide a low down payment, okay? But they don't specify how much, if it's 10% or 5% or 20%. So here are the pros and cons you need to know. Pros: you have a variety of repayment options. You can finance up to $250,000 with application-only program. Here are the cons. They want you to be in a business at least 2 years, and trucks and trailers cannot be over 7 years old. And you may have a balloon payment of 10 to 15% due at the end of the financing term. So something to think about in terms of your liquidity strategy. Number 4, we have commercial fleet financing. Our score 8.8 over 10. So what we love about commercial fleet financing is the fact that you can be approved real fast. Really fast. I mean, they do a great job at helping you. We're working with you, okay? And so they offer equipment financing for hotshot trucks, semi-trucks, trailers, box trucks, construction vehicles, and more, okay? And so they don't actually disclose their interest rates on their website, but repayment terms range from 36 to 108 months. So that's 3 to 9 years, okay? And you don't need to sign a personal guarantee, which means you don't become personally responsible to repay the debt if the business cannot, because basically they take the title. So commercial fleet financing has the title, okay? And they can actually so if you are borrowing less than $150,000, you will not have to provide any tax returns with your loan application either. So they do have a very I would say straightforward and very simplified loan application process. So here are the pros and cons. The pros: credit approval as soon as 2 hours after application. You can have funding in as little as 24 hours. Some loans require no personal guarantee, so there's a good good advantage here. Cons: their APRs are not disclosed online. You have borrowing limits, maximum or minimum, not disclosed online. And as a newer business, you may need to provide a personal guarantee. Okay, this is what it is. Number 3, we have U.S. Bank. Our score 9.1 over 10. So when you think about U.S. Bank, what we love about U.S. Bank is that you have no down payment to make. Okay, so U.S. Bank issues hotshot truck loans, hotshot truck business loans of up to $1 million. So if you are an eligible borrower, you can receive as much as 125% financing, okay, with extra funding available to cover costs like taxes, installation fees, and freight charges. You may be able to get a commercial vehicle loan with no down payment through U.S. Bank. And one thing you need to remember is that repayment terms range from 24 to 60 months or longer. So and the bank also allows applicants the chance to pre-qualify for hotshot truck loans of up to $500,000. So this is really good. So here are the pros and cons. The pros: you can finance up to $1 million, no blanket liens, and flexible payment options annually, quarterly, or monthly. Here are the cons: they want you to be at least 2 years in business, the APR is not disclosed, and the credit requirements are not disclosed. But based on our analysis, if you have minimum FICO score of 600, you could qualify for a U.S. Bank hotshot trucking business loan. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We're also having a conversation about hotshot trucking business loans, 10 lenders that quickly approve massive amounts with little paperwork. Number 2, we have CAG Truck Capital. So CAG Truck Capital. Our score 9.5 over 10. So if you have bad credit and you are looking for a hotshot truck business loan, this is the place you got to go, okay? So they are a private lender that offers commercial truck financing to borrowers with good or bad credit. So if you are eligible for financing, you may be able to use the CAG Truck Capital loan to purchase a new or used semi-truck or hotshot truck or of any make or wheel, okay? And CAG Truck Capital is willing to work with multiple credit challenges. So we are speaking about bankruptcy filings included. So this is really good. However, you cannot find much information on the lender's public website about available APRs, repayment terms, and exact qualification requirements. So you got to actually call the company to learn more. Here are the pros. You have startup funding options, financing available for high mileage trucks, including hotshot trucks. Here are the cons. We have a complete lack of transparency in terms of APR, so limited loan details available online. Financing for commercial trucks and hotshot trucks and engine overhauls only. And funding may take a week or more. So if you are willing to wait, that's fine. Number 1, the best of the best in our view, Balboa Capital. Our score 9.8 over 10. One thing we love with Balboa is that they actually give you same day funding. This is just fantastic. Okay, so you can actually, if you need financing to purchase hotshot trucks, semi trucks, trailers, and other commercial vehicles, Balboa can be the great place for you. You can borrow. You may be able to borrow up to $500,000, $500,000, depending on the type of collateral you have to offer and other qualification factors. One thing I want to say here is that Balboa Capital wants you to have a minimum FICO score of 620, although we have seen people actually get approved with a FICO score of 583, 584, okay? And but the bottom line, if you have a fair credit, this could be great for you. And if Balboa approves your application, you may be able to access funds as soon as the same day you apply. That's just fantastic. Here are the pros and cons. Pros: you can borrow up to $1 million, convenient online application process, and you may qualify with fair credit. Here are the cons: interest rates are not disclosed, repayment terms are not disclosed, and minimum 1 year in business required. Before I close to this conversation, I think we need to actually go back to Hotshot Trucking 101. What is hotshot trucking? Because we need to have a clear idea. Some people talk about hotshot trucking, they have no idea what they're talking about. So hotshot trucking, aka hotshot trucking, involves hauling smaller, more time sensitive LTL, in other words, less than truckload loads within a specific time frame, and usually to a single customer or location. So hotshot loads are usually delivered using medium duty trucks that pull flatbed trailers. Okay, so hotshot truck requirements vary though. Some hotshots need to be delivered over a short distance, but others may need to go over state lines or even across the country. So hotshot truckers do a lot of stuff. So they are basically experts at delivering small, time-sensitive loads that need to be delivered within a specific time frame. Okay, so many hotshot truckers are freelance owner-operators who own their vehicles and find their loads on load boards. It's really important. So there are different types of hotshot hauls you need to think about. So hotshot trucks typically fall under Class 3, Class 4, or Class 5. So you can see on the screen, here is a Class 3 hotshot truck. So those are medium-duty trucks that have a weight limit of 10,000 to 14,000 pounds. So some of the most common types are the Chevy Silverado 3500, the GMC Sierra 3500, the Ford F350, and the Ram 3500. Okay, so put simply, these are your basic heavy-duty consumer pickup trucks. They are commonly used by contractors and last mile delivery drivers, but you can also use them for hotshot logistics. Then you have actually the Class 3. So Class 3 is really important to have to think about that. So the Class 3 here basically is you're talking about medium duty trucks. They have a weight limit of 14,000 to 16,000 pounds. So the Chevy Silverado 4500, the Ford F450, and the Ram 4500 are common examples. So these are heavier trucks, but they will be classified as non-commercial. So if you anticipate hauling larger hotshot loads, you may want to invest in a Class 4 pickup truck. Now let's talk about Class 5. So Class 5 medium-duty trucks have a weight limit of 16,000 to 19,500 pounds. So common models include the Chevy Silverado 5500, okay, the Ford F550, and the Ram 5500. So Class 5 is also where some of the lightest commercial trucks are categorized. So the Kenworth T170, the Peterbilt 325, and the International TerraStar, they all fall into this category. So here are the trailer types used for hotshot hauls. So you have here the reason why we want to talk about this is because choosing a trailer is a big decision, right? So the type you choose depends mostly on the truck you are using and the types of loads you intend to haul. So you have bumper pull trailers. You have gooseneck trailers. You have tilt deck trailers. You have low boy trailers. You have dovetail trailers. Okay, so now let me talk to you about the pros and cons of hotshot trucking. Because when you think about it, hotshot trucking can be very lucrative. It can be a great side gig with the right equipment, even if you work a regular job. That said, it's not for everyone. Like other parts of the trucking industry, hotshot has pros and cons, both as a career and a lifestyle. So here are the pros. It doesn't take as large an investment to get started with hotshot trucking. So Class 3 trucks are much less expensive than Class 8 long-haul trucks, and they are cheaper to insure, right? So the low startup costs are attractive to many drivers who want to strike out on their own, but they don't want to haul large loads rather. And hotshot job requires tight turnarounds, so you can usually get premium rates for each job. Okay, you decide which loads to take, and when you drive, you can even set your own rates, and you don't have to worry about anything as much as when you actually drive long haul trucks. Okay, and finally, hotshot trucking is fun. You get to haul interesting loads on almost every job. Okay, and many drivers enjoy the challenge of hotshot trucking and take pride in the fact that they are helping customers on a tight deadline. What about the cons here? Let's just have a conversation about the cons. So work can be unstable if you are driving hotshot loads exclusively. Hotshot trucking pays per mile, so you can expect a regular owner-operated salary. And you may also need to be ready at a moment's notice to take on loads, and you will need to spend some time deadheading to get each job done. So those are things you really need to think about, okay? And one thing I also want to say here is that basically, hotshot drivers make somewhere between $49,000 to $75,000, but we have seen people who actually made $100,000. It's totally possible. So you can find hotshot trucking jobs and loads on many places through your network, through dispatchers, okay, on load boards. This is totally possible, okay. And make sure that if you are trying to find good rates for hotshot trucking, pay attention to your fuel cost, your factoring, dispatch services, your maintenance, your insurance, okay. And we have seen that people charge somewhere from $150 per mile to $250 per mile. It's totally up. It's totally up to you. And if you want to, there are some logistics and requirements for hotshot trucking. Make sure that you get your commercial driver's license, you get properly insured, get the USDAT number and MC number, understand the health and safety department or regulations, know how to secure your loads properly, very important, and comply with brake standards and regulations. This is really important so that you're on the right side of the law. Let me give you a few pro tips before we actually wrap up today's conversation. One thing I want to say here is that if you want to finance a hotshot, let's say a hotshot trucking business loan, determine your down payments. Very important. You want to determine your down payments. Are you willing to put 20%? Are you willing to put 25%? Are you willing to put 10%? How much money are you willing to put? Okay, you need to find the hotshot truck you want, and lenders that will fund it for you. Good thing is, in today's conversation, I share with you 10 lenders to actually help you out when it comes to your hotshot funding. Okay, and then you want to compare loans, because it's not about just finding one lender and say, I love this lender. Okay, you might love this lender, but what are you doing to make sure that they've got your back too? So compare loans, okay, and you want to gather the paperwork and apply it. So the thing is, you can actually finance a hotshot truck with bad credit, not a problem. Okay. For example, if you have a lender such as CAG Truck Capital, so that's CAG Truck Capital, you are really good at. They will finance you if you have a bad credit applicants anyway. And it's the same thing as you need to understand that commercial truck leasing is another option. So if they don't accept you for a loan, you always have an option to come back strong, okay? And basically, if you are a startup, for instance, and you're trying to actually save some cash, or you need to free up cash as an established business, you need to actually consider leasing. And if you're also worried about longevity, this could also be a great opportunity for you to actually just lease, okay? And so when we talk about hotshot financing, we're thinking about they are just giving you the cash to go buy the hotshot truck, or they will give you the cash you need to actually make the deposit, the initial deposit, when it comes to leasing. Okay, so the thing is, you have to always choose. In today's conversation, you saw that I gave you a list of direct lenders, banks and credit unions, and alternative lenders. So those are the three categories of folks who actually cater to the market we are talking about. Okay, so first you want to start with your bank. Is your bank offering better rates? Are they willing to support you? What about the direct lender? What about the marketplace? When you have a constellation of loans, which one is right for you? So the bottom line, if you want to get hotshot financing, make sure that you check your credit, you compare lenders, you get pre-approved, and you apply. Before I do today's recap, please check out this loan evaluation approach. We have a rigorous method on this show when it comes to evaluating, when it comes to listing, when it comes to assessing any loan and any business loan. Check this out. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about Hotshot Trucking business loans, 10 lenders that actually approve you with generous amounts and little paperwork. Number 1, Balboa Capital, 9.8 over 10. Number 2, CAG Truck Capital, 9.5 over 10. Number 3, we have US Bank, 9.1 over 10. Number 4, we have Commercial Fleet Financing, 8.8 over 10. Number 5, we have Truck Lenders USA, 8.4 over 10. Number 6, we have a Bank of America, 8 over 10. Number 7, First Capital Business Finance, 7.7 over 10. Number 8, we have Wells Fargo, 7.2 over 10. Number 9, we have National Funding, 7 over 10. And number 10, we have the Larson Group. Our score, 6.8 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I will see you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.